done.
Too far. Yeah, don't get far away.
Welcome to the show, everyone. It's March, so it must be March Madness coming up here for craziness. We're already having crazy time here, and we actually have it for about a half an hour right now. And you know what? When it's the first Thursday of every month and it's 12 o'clock, it's always fun and it's always great because I have with me Howard Farkash and I have with me Havie Bravo, and they are the principals of Bravo Insurance Agency, and they have a show that they're doing on my show every Thursday, first Thursday of the month. So welcome to the show. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourselves. I have so much here right now. We're live on Facebook to everybody, so hi out there. If you can, I have a cheerleader right now. We have the coach, we have a referee, we have a coach, and we also have with him a special guest. So you can go ahead and say hi to everybody out there too, and go on from here.
Hi from Havie and Howie show.
Indeed. Hello and hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
And we have a special guest today, Anthony Blakes, who's a former Harlem Globetrotter.
Yes, I am. Thanks for having me, and I'm happy to be here. It's been a lot of fun before we even started, so I'm excited.
I know, isn't it fun? Well, of course, we're trying to get through it. We're setting up and everything like that, and while we're just joking and having fun. So, Anthony, I want to talk to you a little bit about you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And, well, we also have to know kind of what brought you all here today. You were with, I don't know how you met. How did you meet Havie?
Well, me and Javi met, it was a long time ago. I have a program called Care Basketball. I do sports mentoring, and his
A
son,
radio show? No.
No. It's sports mentoring, teaching kids basketball, using basketball as a tool to teach fundamental life skills.
Mm-hmm.
And Javier's son was a part of it at one point.
Yep.
And great kid, by the way.
Thank you.
Must have got it from his mom. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I'm a coach, you know.
Yeah, right. No, Javier's a great guy. And we had a long talk. He knew that I was training other kids and whatnot. And, our conversation alone led to me actually eventually teaching this kid a little basketball, but some life lessons as well. And our friendship has grown from there. And it's been well. He's
About 12 years.
He's out of college now.
Here's what I know about
Yes.
Havie, and I also know about Howard. Everybody that they bring into their lives, their clients, their everything, it doesn't matter really who you are, they become friends with them. You are wonderful people, and I really appreciate you both being on my show too, being that it's your show on my show, which I also
That's
love
right.
that too. But we're here for a purpose, okay? So get up on the mics, and what I want to do is I want to talk a little about you guys and what you do, so we can refocus on that, and then why you actually brought Anthony in here with you.
Well, we brought Anthony on because it really shows a team spirit. With March Madness coming about March 16th, when 64 teams make the brackets, and then they come out to the ultimate winner at the end. Howie and I also believe in the team spirit and also team achievements. Together, everybody achieves more. And when you come to us for insurance products or life products or IRAs or things like that, we have a team looking at the situation to find the right solution. More than one person looking, another set of eyes, another set of brains to find the right solution at the right price. Is that right, Hal?
That's exactly right. The purpose of getting together with Buckets, as he's more informally and among friends known, is that a team has to be made up of different people all trying to achieve the same thing. In our team, what we're trying to achieve is a successful solution for the people who bring us their financial-oriented problems, basically. So,
And there's people, if you are probably listen to the show now quite often, how long you've been like at least for 6 months, maybe a year almost. I
Closer
don't
to a
remember.
year.
It's a year
It's
now.
almost a year.
We did a March Madness last time with St. Patty's was the theme.
Okay, well, you know what? It's a year now that they've been coming on. It's amazing how time has flown. And what we're all about here is helping people with solutions, and your solutions with your health insurance, your life insurance, right? And I remember the first time you were on the show, and I'm kind of going longer today because we have so much time.
Absolutely.
And you know, when I got to hear what you had to say, I remember it made me feel like, wow, that might be something I can use. And I don't do that all the time. I know a lot of people, and I work with a lot of people, but just like everybody else, the listeners, what I love about this show is the information that I also get from it for everybody else as well. And you know, what you were talking about kind of perked my interest, and we sat down, and the next thing I know is I'm totally into it, and I am so excited that I got to meet you, and the solutions that you have for everyone out there. If you are looking for solutions, if you're right now financial solutions for yourself, for life insurance, for IRAs, for things like that, then, you know, a lot of people don't think about that stuff. We kind of put our heads in the sand with things like that, right? But when you hear these shows and you listen to this stuff, you know, it's great to have that conversation with them. You can call them and talk to them. It's a free service so that you can sit there and talk to them, right?
Absolutely free for us to consult you and to listen to your situation and come up with a solution.
And if you don't have solutions, you better call Bravo, because let me tell you about them. They have over 72, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember 72, 73, but they have a lot of carriers that
We
they
have
work
73
with.
carriers that we work with.
And
There you go, I was close.
the reason for that goes back to specialization, and what's the solution for your problem may not be the solution for your sister's problem.
Right, oh, totally. I mean, and everybody's different. In my household, even though I'm separated, I'm divorced from my ex, every time we spoke, I kept on saying, well, I know he's gonna need, right?
Right.
And that's what happens. Go ahead.
Right, so you elaborated on your situation, so we came away with a better solution for you, not only yourself, but for your daughters and for your ex-husband as well.
Right, right. Now, their phone number to call when you want to call them direct is 480-818-3665. You know, they're having a website situation right now, but they're going to have it ready soon.
We'll be up in about less than a week.
And it's up and running, and they're really excited about that too. That, you know, everybody's kind of moving with the times now, especially with you know, COVID and everything. We've all done some changes, and some things just take longer than other, right? So
Yeah.
soon I'll be able to say that as well.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about buckets a little bit here. I'm so pleased to have him here because he represents a team concept. He was in the Harlem Globetrotters, and you know, when they were entertaining us.
So much fun.
So much
to
fun.
watch.
But you know what? They all were organized. They all knew what each other was supposed to do because they're a team. They're well coached, well practiced. That's what Howie and I do as well, that we know what each other's going to say and do because we've been together so long.
So
Well, absolutely, like their team has people who specialize in different parts of the game, basically. That's what our team is all about. Various people know more about something than somebody else. We pull on that knowledge in order to come to a successful solution for a particular client. It's all about the team. There is no I in team. There's no I down at our office just as well. Speaking of the COVID and what's going on with COVID, now we do visits via the Zoom system, basically. So it's not just the old-fashioned way of playing, any more than basketball is the same game today than it was 25 years ago.
what I want to say too is that when you're talking about team, right? And when I think about buckets in the Harlem Globetrotters, you think about people when you look at it, it looks like it's so easy, right? But the
Yes.
team effort is what makes it work, right? And this is what you're talking about. And yet, the outsider, when I sat down with you, I sat there and thought, wow, this was so easy. And it's the same thing. You make it easy, but you work as a team together with your group of employees, professionals that you work with, that make it easy for the client to understand, you educate them. You're all about that. We're going to go to a break. What do you want to break with?
Well, I want everybody to start thinking about taxes, and we're going to prepare a defense for that.
Is that the great state of Texas?
No.
I just wanted to.
So we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further about, you know, taxes and your defense with that. And I'm sure Buckets has got a lot of different ideas that he can help with those things as well. You know, give them a call. They do free consultations. They work nationwide with everyone. They're terrific to work with. Their phone number is 480-818-3665. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute. Did you like that?
Are we hot? We're not.
Yes.
We're done. We're off.
So
Well,
still
we're not
live.
off. We're still
Okay,
live in the room.
Live.
Yes.
So
Okay.
to show the audience that's on Facebook Live how you do your walk.
It's really tight right here, so I would have to.
We'll
there we
step
go.
out.
No, I can just move around.
That's pretty cool. It takes a lot of
I don't know where
talent.
the
Wow.
camera is, but I can
Look at that.
wave whatever camera.
How
switch
fun
fingers
is
if I
that?
need
Look at
to.
that, guys. We're live on Facebook, and look at Buckets doing that. That's so much fun.
Amazing, isn't it? He's so talented.
No batteries.
It's not going. You don't have to keep on turning it.
Momentum. Momentum.
Momentum.
Yeah.
Do you ever
the
hit that
faster-
where do you hit that to keep it going?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can switch it.
He switches his fingers, look at that, it's amazing.
Can
Yeah, I
you
don't
do it
hit
on
the
your
mic.
baby finger?
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, even
Look
this
at
one
that.
right here.
How much fun.
Lots of practice. You break a lot of things in the hotels trying to figure it all out when you first get on the
You don't know what I would break.
team. No, it's pretty awesome.
So, okay, we've been talking about, being a team player and all that kind of stuff and working as a team.
Right.
The other thing we want to bring to the party
Go
is fun, enjoyment. We make something that's really dull, enjoyable.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yes, we do.
And I was gonna talk a little bit about being in your office, if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely,
Okay?
yeah.
I mean, the retro, the retro design and furniture, at the period, what period is that? There's a period, they call it a period.
Vintage?
No,
No,
not vintage. It was that, like Florida has, in Hollywood, in Miami Beach along the
Well, I
beach.
know what you're talking
Several
about.
C, I thought it
I
was C.
can't get to what that word is.
I know what it is, and I just
Contemporary,
lost it.
contemporary.
No, it's not contemporary, it's Art Deco.
Art Deco, yes,
There you
the
go,
Art
yes.
Deco era. Yes, our Art Deco
I used to have an
office.
apartment that was like that, but it was
Deco.
cooler than your apartment,
Okay.
We should hope so.
Wow,
Doing our
really
commercial.
hot.
Yeah.
Hmm?
That's our commercial on.
Yes, it is.
My wife says hello.
How is she doing, by the way?
Still laying on her back, getting better though. It's
But
just
better
a
than-
slow process. It's like breaking a
But
rib.
does she know what happened?
Yeah, her feet were wet somehow, and our tile in the bathroom.
So that's all it was. It wasn't, oh my God, thank God. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that, but thank God it was something not worse.
It was not systemic. No, it didn't come from a stroke or something of that nature.
Yeah.
No.
Scary. Shows you that you gotta have life insurance, you never know.
Gotta
Better call
have health
Bravo.
insurance.
Better call Bravo.
Better call Bravo. You can keep on using it. You can't wear that one out. Better call Bravo.
Welcome back, everyone. We've been talking to everybody on Facebook, and also we've been watching Buckets, who is with the Harlem Globetrotters. But how long ago?
Former Harlem
Former,
Globetrotter.
right.
Yes, I played for 16 seasons up until 2018. So I had a chance to see the whole entire world. Been to 83 countries, 3 passports. Had an opportunity to not only represent the United States, but also represent myself, my family, my friends, the state of Arizona as well, by just going out there and being positive and being happy and leaving a positive impact on people all over the world, even despite language barriers. Laughter is universal. We all want to be happy, and that's one of the good things I get every time I run into Javier over here.
Totally.
We're always laughing and smiling and joking, and those are the people you want to surround yourself with.
Absolutely.
So I'm pretty sure there's 73 clients, you call them?
No.
Company carriers.
Carriers, there you go, 73 carriers. I'm pretty sure when they see him, they have a huge smile on their face as well. That's what it's all about. As a Globetrotter, you never showed up to practice with a frown. Because, one of my coaches, he'd always make you laugh and smile, no matter how exhausted you were. But, every time I see Javier and even Howie over here, when I see Howie, now he has a referee shirt on too, so he's trying to connect with me some way, shape, or form. It depends on what kind of calls he makes, though.
Well, I think the real issue.
Yeah, you gotta call the right call.
I think the real issue for
Better call Bravo.
the real issue about being referee is the game has rules. Okay, the game of basketball has rules, and our profession has rules just as well. There are rules about how we treat clients, basically. Not everybody plays by the rules. That's why we have referees. We've yet to get a penalty flag, however, so we're doing pretty well in that
Well,
department.
speaking of rules, what's happening April 15th?
Taxes?
Right, this guy comes out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
He's asking for money all
Let me
the
get
time.
that out there,
you
yeah,
know? And
okay.
We at Bravo Insurance Agency have developed some ways to defend that. Okay, so we get IRAs put together, 401ks, 457s to defer the taxes, put them off till later on when you have a smaller tax bracket.
Let me ask you something about this, because a lot of people are listening now and we're saying, is it too late, or right now the best time for them to get one of these?
It's good
never
any
too late.
time to open an IRA, especially through our companies. We can go as little as $20 per month to get a basic IRA. A little better one has $100 per month minimum, gives you 5% currently for 8 years on every deposit. And you can make that a Roth, a traditional IRA, or just a simple savings account.
And
So
go ahead.
You can open it anytime you want. Right now, until you file your taxes, you can put money into an IRA to deduct from your income from 2020.
Well, let's get on the horn and give them a call. Because it's all about, not having to pay a lot of money to the IRS, right?
Right, just take the money from one pocket and put it in your other pocket in a safe, secure vehicle of an IRA.
Now, when you work with people, you work nationwide. It's free conversation. So your service is free. Work with them. And your phone number is 83665. We also were talking about, right? So that you mentioned how, life's got to be fun. And how just mentioned when we were on break, how, you take it very serious. It's not the most fun conversation.
Buckets. We make people somewhat happy when unfortunate events happen, basically. We make things go better when things go bad. But in the process of setting up the plan, what we try to do is insert some level of humor into the situation. It just comes by naturally for me.
It does for
I must
both
have
of
been
you.
that smart aleck kid in school, basically.
I guess probably, right?
Exactly.
The class clown.
It wasn't because of the way I looked.
Okay, Mr. Ruff.
So let's go back to taxes, okay?
Yes.
And some of the different IRAs and things like that you have, programs that you have. Some of them that you're more excited than others, or let's talk about them.
Well, right now, the hottest product we have in the last 4 months has been that product that has, for the first 8 years of your deposits, guarantees 5% plus what the market gets based on what you chose.
Okay.
That's very exciting because it's all guaranteed. You can never lose any money. And it's flexible. You can put as little as $100 per month or up to $50,000 per year.
That phone number to call them is 480-818-3665. Tax season is right here.
And we have operators standing by.
Operators are always standing by.
And one of Bucket's favorite operators out there, we'll shout out to her.
Oh, Sarah. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Yeah, Sarah's awesome. Speaking of awesome and happiness and all that, Sarah always brings a smile to my face, too. And she's part of their team. And it's pretty awesome for all their carriers to have something tailored to themselves. Like you said, everybody, like Howie said, everybody's situation is different. And when you meet up with these guys, you're going to get put in a situation that benefits you, and it's going to be in a positive manner, even though something negative could bring you to them. It could be something where it has to be life insurance or something like that, or you might have to collect on the life insurance, but still at the same time, these guys can, they put a smile on your face, and Sarah always puts a smile on my face. So, hey, Sarah.
The other thing I wanted to say too is peace of mind. One thing is, after I was done working with you, and I'm sure that everybody feels the same way, is that they have like this little lift comes off their shoulder that says, wow, I'm so glad I did that. I'm
Well, that's
glad
quite
I
a
took care of
compliment.
that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It reminds you of the song from Boston, Peace of Mind, okay? And with our living benefits especially, that provides that while you're alive. Not just when you die and your family gets the money, but while you're alive, you can actually benefit from that.
And what I love about you too is that you really get to know your clients on a totally different level than probably most other. It's not just about here, you got to get this product because, if you do this, I'm going to make this kind of money from it. No, it's not about that. You sit down and you talk to them to find out what is the best solution for you so that it doesn't out of pocket as well, right? But also you bring in ideas for them. Did you think about this? Did you think about other things?
Oh, Howie and I think out of the box many, many times. for
What
our
box?
clients. That's right, what box, exactly. And when we come up with a solution, it's gonna fit them for the situation now, but also we think about the future. And maybe there are budgetary concerns involved too. So we think, that's why we have all the cares, we have to think about the whole situation.
Well, this
Yeah.
peace of mind thing, I think, is a pretty real event. What we're talking about here is people have a tendency to put off or procrastinate attending to their risks, as it were, the perils that they face in everyday life. So what we do is we give them that peace of mind by getting that procrastination piece out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, everybody procrastinates, but I would say this year of all the years, I think, because, not this, I should say last year and sort of this year, so it's kind of melded, right?
Right.
And I think going forward, it's going to be different completely, where people are now really thinking seriously. I mean, here we live in the 20th century, and look what could happen to us as human beings, right? A terrible situation can come out, however you want to look at it, however it was affected, however it came about, it affected a lot of people. How do I want to think about what I need to do with myself, for my children, right? I'm a single mom, so believe me, I wanted to make sure that I had a little something for them because, I work for myself, right? And I wanted to make sure I did that.
Look at the peace of mind we're achieving right now because the vaccine is out. And a lot of people feel very good about that.
They're so excited.
Well, I think we need a similar shot for our finances.
Vaccine.
I think we have a similar situation going on with our finances. We need to get a vaccination for our family's sake, basically, to protect our lifestyle going forward, so that we don't wind up with another bad year because something has happened.
And you never know when something can happen. I'm going to say this, if it's okay, I'm just going to do it. We have no choice. So,
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Right, go for it.
so your wife
Yes.
just recently fell.
Yeah, that's
Right,
correct.
and thank God it wasn't a heart attack or something like that. But even so, because oh my God, the most dangerous place in our whole entire house is the bathroom, right?
Correct.
We don't
Sure.
ever think about this, and but it's true. It is the tub, the wet floors, and she fell, and she could have really had something bad.
What you don't know, this happened to be a repeat performance. In 2019, she fell also and broke her neck.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Now, I don't know if that was news to you or not, but the long story short is that, yes, we have insurance for that. And of course, we have home health care insurance, just to plug that aspect of it. Those who are interested in knowing, she's doing quite well, an awful lot of pain 2 weeks post, but it's like a broken rib. You don't put a cast on it, you don't do surgery, you just give it time.
But still, let me say this. Now, I don't know what comes into play with that, with the living benefits. Did that come into play at all?
Well, he has a policy to cover that.
Right,
It's a
so
living
that's what
benefit,
I
yes.
wanted to say that. Look at that. Look, and anything can happen to anyone at any time. And having this life insurance with living benefits, there you get some money. It doesn't matter. You don't have to die to get the money, right?
Thank God.
Thank God. And you know what? But thank God that nothing did happen to her. But God forbid, if anything does ever happen, if you don't have solutions, you better call Bravo.
Making things go better when things go bad.
That phone number is 480-818-3665. Give him a call. It's a free conversation.
Excellent.
You like them?
That was fine. That was fine.
It's break time now.
We're never coming back, but that was fine.
He's joking.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I just had a heart attack.
You know.
All right, so
Right.
now it's your time.
How'd you
One
do?
finger. Put one finger up.
Don't look.
No, you're good.
Look
Don't
away.
look at it. This is
Look
him
away.
on camera. Okay?
Wow. Do it right, otherwise it's going to get all of it.
Stiff finger.
Wow.
Stiff
Look at
finger.
that.
You looked. You looked.
Oh, look at the camera.
That was cool. I was going to talk a little bit about that, and I'm going to do that.
You
So
wanna
do you
try
want
it
to?
too?
No. Go ahead and
Yes, you are.
go ahead and do it again for everybody to see on Facebook, because I was going to tell everybody that we were doing that. We were talking about. He said it's all about balance,
Yeah.
right? But also balancing your
Balancing your
Yeah.
financial portfolio.
right. We're
Should
going to talk
include-
about that
should
too.
include a measure of
Yeah,
insurance.
because I didn't get a chance to say it the last time, but I'm going to do it this time. Okay.
And another unit of the conversation will
So
go.
on your cure,
It's up to, we can tell a story.
Yes.
You're gonna tell a story about
Yes,
the
okay.
Oregon football player?
I can, sure. But
Okay.
let's ask him to talk about.
This is a hard break, so we have a little bit
Tell
longer
them,
time.
Yeah, so I'll speak on that. I have
Speaking
basketball,
of-
my care program.
Okay,
I
yes.
have a
Yep. You're
camp
not-
coming up
you're
at the
not-
I know,
Okay,
coming up
okay.
the beginning of June. The first week of June, basically. it's gonna be 4 days, and it's gonna be 3 hours each, 3 hours each day, and every day is themed with something different. So the first day, of course, would be in care, would be communication. The second day is attitude. The third day is respect, and the fourth day is education. So the E. So that's what care stands
I didn't hear,
for.
oh, I'm sorry, can you go back on that? I
No,
didn't-
you're fine. So the C in care stands for communication. That's what we're gonna discuss the first day of camp. I'm gonna go over everything first, but we're gonna discuss the C the first day. Attitude, which is the A, the second day of camp. Respect, which is the third day of camp, and education, which is the fourth day of camp. And then we're gonna put all that together. Communication is my passing station, attitude is my shooting station, respect is my dribbling station, education is my defensive station. But also, those 4 character traits, or however you wanna look at them, life, I call them life lessons, they work off the court too. Communication, if you look at my logo, the C is red. Communication is the bloodline. If no one knows that you have a problem and you haven't communicated, then it's gonna continue to be a problem. The A is blue, attitude.
I just want to let you get a show one, live show.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
want
have
to
to
let you know.
leave right away.
Okay, that's-
Into, we'll go into the other room if you want.
And then A is blue and care, the attitude, keep your head up. If you have a positive attitude, so positive results will come from it. And then respect, the R is gold, like your sweater. It's the golden rule. Treat others the way you like to be treated. And E, education is green, it's defense. If you prepare yourself for anything in life, kind of what they're talking about now, and educate yourself against it, you can defend yourself against certain things. So, that's where insurance falls into it, or what you guys do as well. So the E is green. If you educate yourself, defend yourself against failing in life, then you can make more money.
Sure.
Basically, is how I explain it to the kids. So
All of
I'll be
those
able to
things
sum it up.
like-
And this is marvelous. This is really marvelous.
Are you enjoying it?
It's good to hear this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We need more of this throughout. Fighting is not the way to be.
Absolutely.
And I'll be able to sum that up pretty fast. I
Okay.
just wanted to give you
We'll
that.
bring
What do you,
that
1
in.
hour and a half or something?
No, he really did, he coached
You
my
developed this
son,
yourself.
Mhm. This is all
and
me.
helped my son get better on the basketball court.
Mhm.
He became the
Is
son's player of
that
the year.
a 501c3?
No, it's LLC.
Okay.
What was that?
I asked if his work was 501c3.
No.
That's code talk for IRS code,
Yeah.
which allows tax deductible.
Yeah, I know what that is, 501c3.
Right, yeah.
That's when everybody tells me when they don't wanna do the show, they say, oh, we're a 501c3.
Oh, that's amazing. That's
Yeah, if they don't
amazing.
have the money,
Well, it's not that they, yeah. well,
Sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they don't, but
They don't.
still, yeah, that's still a cheap excuse. I would never use that one. I come up with better stuff.
It's okay, I've heard it all. I've been doing it a long time,
I just say I'm poor.
Here we go, ready?
You wanna get a little bit closer, cause Javie's a little bit cut out. If you can move towards me just a bit. Javi, move a little bit. Javi, move to your.
Welcome back, everyone.
Move
We are
each other.
having so much fun here in the studio, and we're talking a little bit with Harvey, Howie, Bravo, Howie Farkash,
Farkash.
and Havie, Bravo. With
I'll see you forget.
I'm getting it all crazy now. But we have, well, let's talk a little bit about why we brought in buckets and what we were talking about a little bit during the break. Because I know that you have a foundation that we want to talk a little bit about as well. But if it's okay with you, can I just mention one thing before we
Absolutely.
go on? Because we were having
It's your
so much
show.
fun. Oh, really?
It's ours.
We were playing basketball in here actually, and you were spinning the ball again, and it was so neat
Yes.
how we were doing this for everybody on Facebook. Will you tell everybody what it is that you do as you, when you're spinning that, and how you can do it where you don't have to touch it and it just keeps on going and going and it goes from one finger to the other finger on his pinky. He even traveled it on to Javie's finger as well, and
That's right.
she was spinning it. Go ahead.
Well, it's all about momentum. You have to spin the ball fast. If it's going too slow, it'll fall off. But the faster you spin it, and you put it right in the center, the momentum will keep it. It's a centrifugal force, basically. And I can transfer fingers or transfer it to anyone else's fingers or other items as well.
How long did it take you to do that? We just got to ask.
Well, I actually had been spinning the ball on my finger since I was 9 years old before I became a Harlem Globetrotter. But the other tricks that I'm capable of, I got a lot of hotel bills. Knocking
Wait,
over
we don't
lamps
wanna
and
go there.
pictures. You don't know, I was knocking over some lamps and pictures trying to figure out all those tricks, you know. You stand next to a lamp, you try and do this certain trick, and boom, you hit it with your elbow, and you try and catch the lamp, and it doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
No. So, but it takes a lot to get a nice routine down when you're with the Globetrotters. It takes about, depending on how hard you work, you can get one down in 2 weeks, but that's 2 weeks.
That's
of,
2 weeks. But you
yeah.
got to know how to spin the ball already because you can't just learn that overnight.
No, that takes some time. I was a little kid and I seen somebody do it, and I just on the way home, and then one day I got it, and I ran in the house to show my mom, and I'm pretty much knocked
Said,
over some
we
things.
got to call the Harlem Globetrotters to get my son on there.
Exactly, right?
Son, that looks great. Can you do it in front of people?
Exactly. No, but it's awesome.
Can I make money off that? Yes.
There's something for everyone,
That's
right?
right.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your foundation then. Let's go ahead.
Well, it's called, and it's my own personal business, but it's my own personal life philosophy, and it's called CARE. And CARE stands for Communicate, Attitude, Respect, and Education. The C in CARE is red. The A, so the C is communication, it's written in red. The A is written in blue, which stands for attitude. The R for respect is gold, of course. And the E,
golden rule.
The golden rule, and the E is green. But those 4 life philosophies I utilize throughout my time playing basketball, and I developed them into a program to mentor kids. I have 12 college graduates that I've mentored that played college basketball, one playing professional now, got MVP 2 years in a row over in Europe. But this is my way to give back to the kids and share my philosophy. Communication is passing, attitude is shooting, respect is dribbling, education is defense, and those 4 fundamentals carry over off the court. Communication is the bloodline. I let the kids know if you don't have, if no one knows that you have a problem, you don't communicate to anyone, then it's going to continue to be a problem. If you have a positive attitude, positive results will come from it. If you respect others and the property around you, it's a reciprocal effect. In education, if you defend yourself, or you can defend yourself against failure in life if you educate yourself against it.
And so that you also said that this also brings it into an everyday life. It's not just something that we just teach the kids or it's on the courts.
Yes,
right?
and that's what I think about, Havie and Howie. They educate people against, not having enough money for retirement, or educating others in
Protecting their assets.
protecting their assets,
Their
and-
income.
yes, and their income and things of that nature. So it works itself, and that's kind of why I got pretty close with Havie, because his philosophy and my philosophy kind of work together.
And we've known each other about 12 years now.
Yeah, it's been 12 years.
Yeah.
And Havie didn't get any taller, but
He's not.
He can't dunk.
No, I can't.
Or you can't lower the hoop, right?
Yes,
There you
right.
go.
But I do want to mention something. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to your office and been in your offices now and seen the way that you bring everybody in as well, and how you create a home even in your office for your clients as well.
Kind of cozy, isn't it?
It's extremely cozy. There's even a couch in there.
And a large TV, right?
That's for the senior guy to take a nap, right?
Well, when you mentioned senior, what I also like about your office too is you have anywhere from someone young, because we want to cover all areas: the young folks, the mid-age folks, the older folks, and us seniors, right? I mean, really, you have something for everyone.
We do, and that's important because we want people to feel comfortable with people of their same mind take and lifestyle situation to understand it.
Right. And here's what you do every single time that you guys come on. You make it fun. You always kind of like to have a little bit of a, you always bring in props. You always bring fun. A guest might be even with you. But educating is what you like to talk about to help people kind of perk up their minds of things that they might not be thinking about.
Well, Howie's right. We take this serious, though, and people's situation is very serious, but we want to make their experience with us memorable.
absolutely memorable, because if you, what do you want? Do you want any, this is what he
Yeah,
says.
do you want a
Do you want a
casserole?
casserole, or do you want
A check.
What do you want?
There you go.
Howard, what do you want, check?
Well, maybe I want to switch the conversation up just a little bit,
Go ahead.
because one of the things that you're aware of, Buckets, obviously you've seen people become injured when they've been involved in playing sports, basically. Some light injuries, some very, very serious
I was
injuries.
one of them.
Okay, and so we've seen injuries, and we've had clients who have been injured, young athletes,
We have one that was a college athlete.
a collegiate fellow.
And he got hurt and now he no longer walks.
Right, exactly, he was, but just think, he did not have a policy that we're talking about, the life with living benefits,
Correct.
basically. So he was probably in recovery for the better part of 2.5 to 3 years, just so he could maintain that wheelchair comfortably, et cetera. So for him, a policy like that would have been a blessing, obviously, but you don't have to be an athlete to become injured. You referenced my wife's fall, it could have been a lot worse. We never know when something bad is going to happen.
Right.
And our function is to just our function is to make things better. That's what we do, we make
Right.
things better when things go bad.
And Howie, that policy, if he had one at the time, the living benefits would not just be a blessing to the player himself, but his caregivers, his parents, his sisters.
Absolutely.
His children,
Sure, right,
I mean,
sure.
that's
Well,
what
no
I
children
thought
then,
about,
right,
more from, okay.
Right, but he was a young man, he was on his way to stardom. He was actually freshman year, he was an all-star within that particular conference. So things do happen unexpectedly, and that's what we've got to plan for.
But I also wanna bring up, for me, like, I'm an older person that got that, I got the life insurance with living benefits. And, you know, a lot of people who are older think, you know what, it's gonna be too much money, I'm not gonna do that. Well, it isn't too much money, and when you really think about it, the kind of money that it is, I mean, explain how it works, I think you
It's
really
quite-
should do that.
It's quite affordable, because we have 73 carriers. We can find one that fits your solutions, but also fits your budgetary concerns.
Mhm.
And really, the process is very simple. We ask a few questions. We ask some financial questions. We ask some medical questions. We get to know your situation. We run it up the flagpole to various carriers, see give us the best rating for you, and we come back with an offer.
And guess what? How long does it take to kick in?
Well, benefits kick in day one.
Day one, this is what you need to understand, that it's at one, you pay the first payment, you've already got your, you're basically, you're on your way.
Yeah.
And God forbid something happens, you're covered, go
You
ahead.
don't have to buy it all in one day either, that's the other thing. If it's this excuse of it's too expensive, well, then let's buy what's gonna fit your budget, okay? Something is better than nothing.
Yeah, because the expense comes in not having it when you need it.
That's the real expense, that's what you can't afford, that's why you're getting it in the first place.
The phone number to call them, they do free consultations with everyone, and they work nationwide, and they're absolutely a blast to work with, but you know what? If you don't have solutions, or if you have not done any thinking about this, you better call Bravo, because you know what, they can help. Their phone number is 480-818-3665. Give them a call. You'll have a free consultation with them, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. And I can't wait to hear a little bit about what happened to you, Buckets, because I do want to know. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Ooh, great show.
So off the
Great
cuff,
speech.
this whole thing.
Really good.
Yeah, but no, this is great.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, no, this is
Okay, are you?
Yes.
Are you?
Oh, love it. No script.
And
This
we've been
worked
taking
great.
pictures
Oh,
of you
nice.
guys.
Yep, so I'll
This whole
send you the
time.
pictures and you can use them however you
We'll
want.
send them to you. I'm gonna be telling him what I wanna do with those pictures before, but you will get them so you can put them on your websites and stuff like that.
It will also
Maybe
have-
on those networking moments, they can flash a picture here and there.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Before and
Maybe on our walls.
Well, we'll talk about all of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe on our walls.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
And we find out about his injury, okay, his situation. We have to go back and do March Madness, because I brought a prop for that.
Okay. Will you steer?
I steer.
Don't forget,
I'll just
what's
sharp
the
you.
chair for?
The chair.
For the
You
prize.
don't like
I can be-
basketball? Do you like college basketball?
Yeah.
National?
Well, that's not, could I say no,
Well,
Buckets is.
Where did I go to school at? Where did I go to school at?
I know. You said- you said
Somewhere in
Indiana.
Illinois.
Indiana University. He's Illinois. I'm
Yeah, I'm
Indiana.
Illinois.
Okay, Indiana's most
You're
famous coach
Illinois.
is Bobby Knight.
Right.
He threw a chair out after the referee called that call.
We gotta hold it up for the camera.
I will.
They they
I will.
yeah.
Well,
In tribute to Bobby Knight, right?
That's right. But more importantly, the day they won their last national championship was March 30th, 1987. I was watching the game while my wife's delivering our daughter,
Right.
Jennifer.
Okay.
And 3 minutes after the game's over, she delivered.
Right.
Perfect timing.
And yeah, so I said, okay. And the nurse says, "What did you name her? Did you name her Roberta?" I said, "No, her name is Jennifer." Roberta is Bobby Knight. Okay.
My ex has
There's a reason for everything.
My ex
Right,
has a
that's
story
awesome.
like that too, because his first child was born like halftime of some basketball game, and he was also like you. He knew exactly when the players, you know, went to the bathroom. You know, it's like he knew everything about them.
That is one of the greatest events in history. It is the ongoing, every year March Madness. Those players play every minute. They don't slack off at all.
Because it's one and done.
Right.
There's no tomorrow.
It is so, to see the emotion that they play with, okay?
Yeah, some guys have made careers out of having, you know, probably didn't have the best regular season, but when March Madness came about, or the best conference season, they had a good March Madness and it got them a shot to train for a few teams, and if they didn't, you know, make it to the NBA, they probably went, you know, over to Europe or, you know,
Yeah.
they even, basketball is the second largest sport internationally.
Oh
next
yeah.
to soccer.
My mother-in-law. Oh my God,
Mhm.
she loves it.
I mean,
Yeah.
they have a league in the Philippines where I think the tallest person can only be 6'5".
Well,
Because
6'5" for
yeah.
the Philippines
That's
is
very
very
tall.
tall.
Oh, yeah, no, they don't want those 7-footers coming over, they average 100 points a game, you know.
Do you think we'll ever see, I haven't seen what the trend is. Is the average scoring going up, or has it plateaued, or
Scoring?
scoring, yeah,
Oh, it's-
totals, the over, under, et cetera, is that becoming higher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's guys can shoot the three from anywhere now,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's nothing special anymore.
You can't
Don't
put hard
a
to
four.
defend the
Don't
three.
put a 4.
Welcome back, everyone. We're live on Facebook. I'm cheering in here. We've got megaphones going, and we're sitting here having
Coach.
a blast. We're having a blast here. But we've been talking a little bit about people and their solutions with their financial, you know, their portfolio, but not for their money, more for their health, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and for let's talk a little bit about. We were talking at the break, and I want to talk about you, Buckets, and kind of what happened to you, because you said that you were injured. What happened?
Yes, well, several times, I mean, I broke, just to run the gamut a little bit,
Your finger?
I broke, well, my finger too, but I broke both wrists. I broke a finger, it doesn't even straighten up anymore, it has a screw in there.
How do you do the spin on it then?
That's
Oh,
the
it still
secret.
works.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
secret, that's the
Yeah.
secret.
I had them put a magnet in there instead of tying.
No wonder.
And then I broke one foot once, one twice in college, and then as a professional athlete is when I broke the finger. The wrist and the feet were in college, but also I popped my hamstring twice, and I tore my calf throughout my career. So a lot of professional athletes go through these injuries.
Yeah.
You know, some unfortunately don't recover and can't continue to play, but I was blessed enough to, you know, recover pretty well. I take care of myself. Me and Havie
And you
had a-
give back.
Yes.
Big
And
time.
We've had a conversation about, you know, health and me being healthy and all that stuff. That plays a big role in it. You know, just like what they do in their business as well. So you have to take care of yourself financially, mentally, spiritually, education, physically, all of that. So I recovered from those injuries because I took care of myself, but also I was mentally prepared to, you know, go out to the workforce if I needed to, because I had already been injured before.
Well, sometimes you can't, right? Sometimes you're just stuck where you have to stay at home. And I know a lot of people who have had gotten injured and only could wish that they had the life insurance with living benefits that can offer you peace of mind, money, so that you can still continue to pay your bills.
Pay your bills and have the peace of mind that you can recover because you don't have to worry about your bills being paid, your car payment, your house payment, food on the table, things like that. I'm sorry. But disability insurance also protects your income, replaces your paycheck. So I'm sure that professional athletes, some of them do have insurance for that, but most of those policies benefit the ownership of the team or the management of the team because you are actually an employee. Okay, you're an asset to the company. yes, they're gonna have some benefits come back to the player, but nowhere near the same.
Right. Now, we were going to bring March Madness back here and what you wanted to talk about today.
Yes,
We've
March
just
Madness.
been going on and having fun here.
March Madness, as we know, starts March 16th of this year. It's 64 teams that get picked, and then they play to the one and done. Whoever ends up at the top wins it all. So March Madness has a special place in my heart from March 30th, 1987. I went to Indiana University, and Howie went to Illinois University. But in 1987, Bobby Knight was the coach. Bobby Knight has this famous game prior to that he got upset with the referee, which is
Not me.
you weren't the referee. That he got upset so much so, and it's famous and everybody loves it, that he got the chair and threw it across the court.
So, of course, what did Havie do? He brought in a chair. And now he's not going to throw it across the room
Not
here.
gonna throw it at me, I hope
He's going to look good to have what he did here with everything. Go ahead and tell him what's on there. Go ahead, read that.
You'll have to read it.
So it says Indiana University, in tribute to Bobby Knight. Indiana wins the national championship, and my daughter Jennifer Bravo was born on March 30th, 1987, 3 minutes after the championship game.
3 minutes after he
3
threw a
minutes
chair?
after. No, 3 minutes after the game was won, and the game was played at the Superdome in New Orleans. Okay.
So-
Wow.
Yeah. So it's funny though, is the after my wife delivered the baby, the nurse came over and said, "So what are you going to name her?" I said, "Well, we're going to name her Jennifer." And she thought for sure we're going to name her Roberta, in tribute to Bobby Knight. So I brought this chair and just to remember her and Bobby Knight and Indiana University, but also for March Madness here today.
And also for Jennifer.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean about him. He thinks of everything. First of all, that is for sure, that he thinks of all of these fun little cute things. He's a very kind person too. You know, I mean, we
Thank
had
you.
we had an appointment with one another, and you were running late, and he brought flowers just because he was running late. That was so kind. That's the kind of guy he is, you know.
You're welcome.
But also, I love the way that, again, that how you got to know me as a person and all the different things. Not only just me, but my ex-husband, because you know I don't do anything without asking somebody else. You know, and
Right.
obviously he's somebody that I was married to. Of course, I have a lot of I trust him, right?
Right.
And we
And a lot of people trust Howie and I to come back with questions, not only about their insurance, but also about life matters as well.
Right, and what happened after he, you know, you talked to him, he now also has talked with
Right,
you.
exactly.
And that's the way it works, you know. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, we talk about we sell because we sell because people know us, like us, and trust us. But we also have the same feelings about the people we sell to. Once again, we're not transactional oriented, we're relationship oriented, basically. And that's part of our model. We believe that people should plan their financial futures. We believe they should save to meet the requirements of that future. They should, once we plan, we protect. We should protect that lifestyle. We're lifestyle protection people. And we hope we prosper, basically. We help people prosper. That's what we're all about.
And we were just talking about, because tax season is upon us, I'm
Yes.
sure we're gonna do something fun for April.
We are.
I do wanna mention though too, that, everybody please, we're thinking about taxes, everyone is trying to get their taxes done early, especially they want a little bit money back, right? Or
Everybody needs money right now. Yes.
even a stimulus check, if you haven't, they want that, they want anything, right? Cause they've lost out, a lot of people have really been hurt, you know? So again, I want you to kind of bring up some ideas again for them to think about for protecting themselves from having to pay too much money into the IRS, to the tax man.
So until you file your taxes for 2020, the day before, you can still open an IRA and fund it. That will help you save taxes. It'll help you get a bigger refund or to avoid paying as much in taxes. Basically, you're just taking money from one pocket and putting it to your other pocket in a safe, secure place.
And
Again,
as little as,
$20 for some plans. The plan is really,
what's your hottest one again?
the hottest one's $100 a month minimum to start, if you like, and you go up to the IRS code of $6,000 per year if you're under age 50, or $7,000 per year in over age 50 to fund an IRA, and that guarantees you 5% for every deposit in the first 8 years, plus whatever the market is gains you get from the market index you pick.
Okay, and for people that are listening to this, this is something that you do for a free conversation with everybody, and you just want to sit down and talk to them and show them what you have to offer. Basically, that's all it's all about.
Right, we can do by Zoom call, we can do by email, we can send a video out to them, whatever they feel more comfortable with.
That phone number to call, it's 480-818-3665, and they like to say operators are standing by at all times. What are your final words for today? Let's talk a bit about what you want to say.
Well, I've been blown over by hearing much more about that CARES program. It's nice to hear about those kinds of things going on in our community, because that's what moves us forward. Fighting
Our young folks.
Oh, absolutely.
Right, but
sure.
also teaching them what a right way to live. You know, we've had so much anger, right, and a
Yes.
lot, right,
Yes.
and it's been awful. And I just hate that the fact that the young folks are learning this from us. There's been hatred in our world since day one. This is not new, right?
Exactly. Yes.
And unfortunately, but thank God there's people like you, Buckets, to be able to, you know, to teach the young and to show them a different way.
I'm
You know,
grateful.
It takes a village, as
Yes.
one lady once said.
And I'm grateful, you know, to be able to have that type of influence, because, you know, these kids, I have kids come in and they're attached to their parents the first day of camp, and then by Wednesday, you know, they don't want to leave, and they're like attached to my leg, and I'm like, well, you got to go home. I got my own kids.
So wait, I want to ask you a couple things about the foundation. Real quickly, I want to ask
But
a
you got a
couple
big
things
car though.
about the foundation. So it's a camp that they go to. Is it daily camp? Is it a sleepover? How's it work?
No, so it's care basketball is what it is, and it's a camp that I get together with Parks and Recs to put it together, and it's a week camp, but also I do special appearances. I have 16 scheduled this summer so far, as well as I do anti-bullying character education presentations as well at schools, and I do keynote speaking for 8th grade and high school graduations as well. So that care, you know, it's an umbrella basically. It covers a lot of things.
Yeah, and you know what? Thank you for being you and for being able to have the ability to do what you do. That since you were 9 years old,
Thank
but
you.
because of that, they look up to you. They look at you
Yes.
and they say, "Oh my God, it's Buckets from the Harlem Globetrotters. Oh my God!" And look at him and what he's teaching me.
And
Right?
yes, and kids that, you know, would never say 2 words in front of anybody, by the end of camp, you can't get them to stop talking.
That's
And
neat.
and that's what I love about it. Their confidence goes up. It gives them something socially acceptable to talk about while they're in school or outside of school with their friends. And now they've turned from a hermit into one of the popular kids at school.
And you're a team player, and that's what we were talking about. I'm going to bring this full circle right now, because really, you're a team player. You are all team players, and you work together to bring solutions to people that can help them.
And if you want to come on the team, better call Bravo at 480-818-3665. Operators are standing by.
So here's the thing: it's their show, but I need to end it. So, as I said to everybody, they're great to work with. If you have any questions to ask whatsoever, they're going to be able to help you find a solution for you in whatever situation that you're in. Give him a call. Look at him how he is spinning the ball right now on a pen. How cool is that? Give him a call. It's 480-818-3665.
Uh-oh. It's no one.